So here we are, El Paso, Texas. As you take a look at David De La Mora, one loss to Koki Kameda when he fought for the WBA Bantamweight World Championship. A unanimous decision for Kameda. He said his conditioning was poor, but he trained at high altitude. He says he's ready for the mover. Anselmo Moreno, who is a brilliant boxer. Round one, scheduled for 12. Now, gentlemen, as this fight gets ready to begin, what should we pay attention to for both of these men?
Well, for De La Mora, I think the trick is how quickly can he start to go to the body, and can he start to throw those volume of punches that he was talking about? Can he start that process quickly in this fight?
And for Moreno, I feel that if he can just dictate with his style and don't get outside of himself, put those combinations together, have his opponent missing all night, I think he can go on to victory.
So Anselmo Moreno coming off a unanimous decision over Vic Darchinyan, and you know how tough Darchinyan is, a heavy puncher, but Moreno able to use his boxing skills, and you talk about it all the time, and Darchinyan was really frustrated in that fight.
Yeah, you know, it's the most difficult thing when you're in there with a fighter is if he's tagging you and you can't hit him back. You get frustrated, you throw your fight game out of the window, and that's what Moreno does to some of these guys, man. They're right there, they're wondering, why can't I hit this guy? Solid.
Moreno has already started to unload with the straight left hand, and he's also counterpunching De La Mora as he's coming in. So the early signs are very good for Moreno right at this moment. It's very early in the fight.
And Moreno has won 26 fights in a row since suffering his only loss in his 8th fight, October of 2002.
De La Mora is trying to give him feints to see if that will allow him to get on the inside. Moreno's not really going for those.
Moreno coming off the 7th round TKO over Eddie Julio. Nice body shot by Anselmo Moreno, forcing De La Mora back to the ropes. And how do you get close to a slick guy, Antonio?
I mean, that's difficult. That's difficult, Gus. I mean, you know, you have to really zone in on the body because, you know, you can always move your head, but that body is going to be there. He needs to really just try to stationary, make this guy stationary for a minute and then catch him up top with a shot.
As a matter of fact, De La Mora telling us, I'm not a hard puncher, but I work hard in the ring. My knockouts are body shots.
Well, yeah, most of them have come through body shots. So far in round one, he hasn't really gotten downstairs at all.
De La Mora, 24-1 with 17 KOs. 18 seconds remaining in round one, scheduled for 12. The WBA World Championship on the line. The champion Anselmo Moreno in purple, the challenger David De La Mora in black and blue. And we come to the end of the first round. And Al, as you look at this fight, what are the keys?
Well, for Anselmo Moreno, he wants to stay in the center of the ring. De La Mora is good at pressuring fighters on the ropes, and so he'll want to stay in the center of the ring. De La Mora will come to him, so he's got to counter well, and he did that in round one. The left hand bedeviled Darchinyan, and it could be the difference in his fight. Moreno was able to get some of those in early. And for De La Mora, you can't hit Moreno with single punches. We already saw that. De La Mora is a good combination puncher. He's got to use that. And sometimes De La Mora lunges in when throwing a right hand, and Moreno will counter him if he does that. Moreno has a quick and powerful left hand. De La Mora has to keep his right hand up in order to block it.
Round two scheduled for 12, the WBA Bantamweight Championship. Anselmo Moreno of Panama, the champion in the purple trunks, and the challenger David De La Mora of Tijuana, Mexico in black and blue. And quite often, some critics have said about Anselmo Moreno, he's very successful in the ring, but he is not a fun fighter to watch.
Well, you know, like I said, Pernell Whitaker, they always said wasn't a fun fighter to watch because he didn't get a lot of knockouts. He knocked guys out when he had to. But, you know, you got to love the mastery of this guy's game. And I'm looking at other opponents and see how he matches up. I think his style will be difficult and very hard to solve for any of those guys. You're going to need to be a knockout artist and really put this guy on his heel and hurt him, I think, to stop him.
Yeah, and if you're talking about effectiveness, the numbers in round 1 from Show Stats, how about these? 1 out of 21 for De La Mora and 18 out of 38 from Moreno. I guess that speaks to Pernell Whitaker-like defense, huh?
Exactly.
And, you know, the fact is Moreno does land punches, and he did against Darchinini, and he is tonight as well. So there's a good straight left hand from him.
As a matter of fact, Moreno felt that he could have knocked out Vic Darchinyan. He said I could do whatever I wanted to do with Vic, and I'm disappointed that when the opportunity came to stop him, I didn't take advantage of it.
Well, maybe he'll focus more on being the closer that, you know, all the great champions are. And you see this guy, De La Mora, now is running, literally running in the ring.
It's the David De La Mora Invitational Track Meet right now.
Straight left hand by Moreno.
And Moreno's landing power punches. That's part of the reason why he had De La Mora on his bicycle.
Less than a minute to go in the second round, scheduled for 12. Now De La Mora trying to be more active, switching from orthodox to southpaw.
Interestingly, it's been Moreno, not De La Mora, going to the body.
Ooh, nice! Right hand. And it drops De La Mora with 35 seconds to go in the second.
6, 7, 8.
We'll see if he can get out of this round.
I think De La Mora is not seriously hurt, but that was a power shot downstairs. Let's see what the champ can put together, and maybe he'll get that knockout he's been looking for.
And remember, De La Mora went 12 full rounds in a close fight to Koki Kameda, who's a champion. So it's impressive what Moreno's doing.
Beautiful straight left hand to the body by Moreno. Moreno in complete control now, digging to the body with the right hand. And De La Mora will get out of the round. And he's hurt. He is hurt. That last body shot took the gas out of the tank.
Did he hurt you? Did he hurt you? I'm okay, but he did hurt me. Let me get some water. Where's the punch? How are you feeling? You're okay now? Look at me. I'm okay.
Well, we talked about De La Mora doing body work, but in fact, it was Moreno who did the body work. We had a couple of different looks at the knockdown. Right hand that kind of hit him on the side, and then a straight left hand. And, you know, it's interesting. There's the right hook, actually, to the head. So it was a head shot that actually did the first damage, and then later a body shot would hurt him.
De La Mora having a hard time breathing between rounds, trying to take deep breaths. They loosened up his trunks a little bit, but another good body shot to the midsection could end this fight. Third round scheduled for 12.
Hey, Gus, that was a paralyzing shot there right before the round ended. It took him at least a minute and a half to get his breath.
Moreno closing in, trying to set up that shot. Right hook. De La Mora fighting off the ropes, trying to catch his breath.
The one thing you see about this poised champion is that he don't waste any shots, Al. I mean, these are pinpoint accurate punches from downstairs and that hook to the head.
Yeah, that's a really good point. No wasted motion. He doesn't throw 30 punches to hopefully land 5 when he's got somebody in trouble. He's very precise in what he does.
Accurate punching by Anselmo Moreno. Chimo, his nickname.
Managed by his wife, who is pregnant with their first child together. They each have a child from a previous marriage, but so very exciting moments for him out of the ring as well.
Anselmo Moreno, 5 sisters, 10 brothers. His father, a fisherman.
That's a straight line that none of us will use.